What you got, Matt?
All right, just a bunch of updates, and I say a bunch, not many. We're getting ready to enter our busy season, but we're coming out of a busy season, so I don't know, it's just busy all the time. Youth basketball, we're wrapping up games. We're scheduled to end this week, but we've rescheduled a couple. I think Monday's now the last day. But outside of a couple of just random forfeits here and there, we've not lost a single night yet. They've been very helpful with us. And overall, been a pretty good season. Learned some things. Saw some things we'll do a little different next year, but I'm pleased for the most part. One thing we've done is we've got a conversation going with Rogersville Parks and Rec and Morristown and is it Newport or Cobb County?
Newport.
They've all got the same age groups as we have, so we're going to try a little district all-star basketball for our 7 to 9 girls, 7 to 8 boys, 9 and 10 boys, and a 10 to 12 girls. So we've kind of identified what it is, kind of took the coaches that were leading at a certain point in the season, let them work to help pick the squads, and I've ordered just some generic reversible red and white jerseys that just say Rogersville on them, and we'll take them back up, so if we continue to do this in future years, we'll have a stockpile of jerseys to use. That's going to be February 25th, I think.
24th and 25th.
24th and 25th, Friday night and Saturday over in Greenville. It's not costing anything. They're going to charge $5 at the gate, at the door for spectators, and we use that to pay the referees, so it's not really a fundraiser. It's just something to get kids playing some more and take our more competitive, in theory, our higher skilled kids and give them some more competitive action. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we'll go over there and compete well. Baseball registration starts next week. It's on us. We've adjusted our age groups this year. We are going to do a 5 and 6 year old T-ball, 7 8 coach pitch boys, 7 to 9 coach pitch girls. We're going to do a 9 and 10 year old, we're calling rookie boys, it's kid pitch. And then instead of having a 10, 11, 12 year old boys, we're doing 11, 12, and 13 year olds. So basically any boy that played last year should be able to come back and play this year. And that's what we're hoping, is get those 12 year olds back to help build that league. We've, and then we got a 10 to 12 girls. To accommodate those 13-year-olds, we've cut some of the grass in the infield of Senior League back, where we've installed 70-foot anchors for the bases. So that field can now have, the full-size 60-90 pitching and base distance, and also 50 to 70. We cut the pitching mound completely out and have purchased a portable that we put up there so we can move it up if we're playing our league, or we can move it back if the city school's playing up there. Speaking of, they've started practicing. They've got their first scrimmage tomorrow, actually. The baseball team. First game's like next Friday, I think, for them. I can't remember when yours.
I think it is. My first game is March 2nd.
Oh, okay. You're about a week behind. But the guys, they've been out on the fields quite a bit here the past couple of weeks. A lot of good work. City School, Matt Price, he's going to be redoing the dugout that's basically the home dugout on Senior League. He's taking in a lot of donations and got a lot of the materials donated. So they're going to completely tear the existing dugouts out and rebuild those. It'll be really nice. And then at some point, just to make it semi-match, I'll probably go in and redo the other side dugouts too, but baseball's here. I can give you dates of all the evaluations and everything, but you remember the deadline, March
10th.
March 10th is the
Right.
deadline for registrations.
Those everything's online now, correct?
It will be,
Yeah.
starting on Monday. We'll have flyers out to the schools by the end of this week, first of next week. I think we have our evaluations that week right before spring break in all of our older age groups, and then we'll spend spring break putting teams together and building teams, getting coaches, working on practice schedules, and then start practicing that following week after spring break, which is about a week or two earlier than we were last year. So there's pros and cons. Like the earlier you start, the more potential you have for getting rained out and snowed out, but you're building in that excess time. So if all goes well, we might even get some additional weeks of practice in. And then for community events, I just wanted to give you all an update on what we've been doing, what we have planned. I think we talked about our root tournament. We had 8 or 9 teams in it. That was a good showing for our first one. I seemed to enjoy that. And we had another bingo night for the entire community. I'm sure you all heard, but it was a wild success. I mean, we had 90-ish people there. I had to borrow a bunch of chairs from the funeral home to accommodate them all. We only had about 47 to 50 chairs, those hard back metal chairs. I was like, after we saw that, I was like, we're going to have to figure something out with seating here. Apparently these are going to get popular. But I have come across some really nice folding chairs that were generously donated. I don't know if he wants me to mention this one, I'm not, but I got 100 donated. They're about $40 to $50 a piece.
Wow.
They're really nice.
Man, that's nice.
So
How often are you planning on doing that bingo?
I don't want to. It'll be a while before we do it.
Yeah.
We'll continue it, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot. Matt Smiley was all over town getting donations, and we don't want to exhaust those resources. We want to do some other things. We'll probably try another one maybe in the summertime-ish. When the weather gets nice, we might try one up at the stage or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we do have, after bingo, we did a trivia night last Friday night. Had a good turnout. 9 teams, I think?
Yeah, 9 teams.
3 or 4 people each. We've got next on March 3rd, he's doing a senior citizens card game night. We've been talking to Sue again. Just to get the seniors back involved again, is something for them. Rummy, Rook, just come out and play a little bit. And we're going to do a dodgeball tournament. Last time we did one was 19 years ago. I did one that was at the tennis courts, but we're going to do it at the city school basketball gym, in the little gym, so in the pit. So hopefully the balls will kind of stay in. But
Pretty much the perfect place to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I grew up playing battle ball down there, and it works.
Scatterball.
Scatterball, yeah.
Yeah.
Scatterball, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
that was a great game.
Yeah, that's going to be March 11th, and you'll hear more about that coming.
I would so be in that, but we're playing softball.
The weekend's getting ready to get real busy.
Really fired up.
And there's other things coming down the line, but that's what's coming up in the next month or so is more senior stuff and adult dodgeball. We'll see how that goes. We've got it mapped out to where we can take probably about 8 teams, get them started about 10 a.m., finish by, if all goes as scheduled, 3 or 4 o'clock.
I'd say that one will fill up free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Might have to get a 12 team.
Yeah.
well,
We were all night.
Yeah.
More than
yeah,
that.
you would be there all
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep it to where we
Oh,
can
yeah.
get people in there, just for, you know,
Be trying to kill each other.
if we had another court,
Yeah, do it,
you
yeah.
could. You take bunch, but just that one court. It's-
Really turn it
We gotta,
down.
we gotta cap it at some point. But yeah, that's it. And as far as new business, I don't have anything. You all have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions? I'm all ears, but that's all I've got. Smiley, you got anything you wanna add?
No, just pre-pump for dodgeball. I think it's gonna go over well.
What are the age groups? Is it for everybody or?
Well,
For dodgeball?
Yeah.
well,
I would,
adults.
yeah, the adults, probably the youngest, 15 or 16 or something and up. But that's the. That's
Gonna
the
have
plan.
paramedics on standby?
First aid kids.
Get a hold of the athletic trainers or something like that out
Deal with
there.
bloody noses. Should
Got
be
another one?
paramedics.
We might need Kevin here just to make sure the documentation.
Yeah.
And those balls, we better.
Make sure
Man,
you
I've
get them
checked a
waivers
few of them, and they're
Yeah.
still squishy, but
Yeah.
I bet
What kind did you
they've
get?
hardened up a
You
little
get
bit
all
over the
the
years.
I got a dodgeball horror story I'll share with you one.
Let's wait till after.
Yeah.
After a
Yeah,
pandemic.
really, yeah.
Did you get the rubber balls or like those,
They're, if I recall, they're rhino skin, they're foam. They got the rhino skin
they're
on
good?
them.
Yeah.
They were $1 back.
I pay $128 every year and get 6. You see what I'm saying? It's $128 for 6
I think we've got 8 of the 8-inch size, 8 or,
Yeah, size 8 or 7.
then we got 4 they call stingers.
Yeah.
They're really
Yeah,
rough.
man, yeah. Kill somebody.
You can whiz 'em.
Go and watch the movie.
I remember the shirts I made, again, it was a long, long time ago. It was right when that movie came out. It had like, first annual dodgeball tournament, and on the back, if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. Had a wrench on it. That's
Is that it? Anybody else?
my updates.
Motion to do.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.